representatives from the Government of Grenada, representatives from the United Nations delegation to Grenada, our partners, District Governor-elect, Rotary District 7030, Leslie Ramdani, Assistant Governor Richard Strawn, President Stephen George, President-elect and Secretary Juan Bailey, members of the media, specially invited guests, civil society, good morning and happy International Women's Day. Thank you. As one of his key initiatives, Rotary International President Shekhar Mehta is prioritizing projects that focus on improving the health, education, well-being, and economic security of girls across the globe. He's encouraging clubs and districts to empower girls in all of the service initiatives they undertake during the 2021-2022 Rotary year. Empowering girls means supporting them to ensure that their basic needs are met while working to transform the structures and institutions that reinforce and perpetuate gender discrimination and inequality. And so, without further ado, I invite our President-elect, Secretary Juan, and the person who instigated and planted the seed in our Rotary Club's mind to sit down and think about ways in which we can join in to ensure that we empower girls, Secretary Juan, and our President-elect for the 2022-2023 Rotary year.
Thank you, Rudo. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and let me also begin by wishing all the ladies present a very happy International Women's Day. Oh, thank you. First, I would like to acknowledge Permanent Secretary Jacinta Alexis, other government officials, from our partners, the UNDP, and other members of the United Nations delegation, also Dr. Marion Pear, representing the Maria Holder Foundation, Ms. Prudence Greenidge, representing Grenada Electricity Services Limited, and other specially invited partners. From my very own Rotary family, it gives me great pleasure to acknowledge the presence of our District Governor-elect for District 7030, none other than Mr. Leslie Ramdani, our Assistant Governor, Mr. Richard Strawn, President of the Rotary Club of Grenada East, Mr. Stephen George, other Rotarians, to our specially invited guests and speakers, to our media partners, other members of the Rotary family. I notice we also have the Rotary Club here of Grenada in full attendance. Other specially invited guests, again, it is my distinct pleasure to welcome you all this morning to the launch of the Rotary Club of Grenada's partnership with the Spotlight Initiative on no other fitting day than today, International Women's Day. As Ruda would have said in her introduction, our Rotary International President, Shekhar Mehta, is prioritizing projects to focus on improving the health, education, well-being, and economic security of girls across the globe. He is encouraging our clubs and districts to empower girls in all our service initiatives that we undertake during this present Rotary year and going forward. The Rotary Club of Grenada was chartered in 1968, and since our formation has established a legacy of serving our community. In planning for the current 2021-2022 Rotary year, we asked ourselves, what can the Rotary Club of Grenada do to empower girls? Rotary clubs and districts can actively seek to empower girls by creating and implementing projects that enhance the quality of life for girls and improve girls' chances of enjoying safe, healthy, and productive lives. Our clubs have also sought to modify our existing projects to include components that focus on enhancing girls. The passion and commitment of our membership demonstrates just that. To do this, we began by asking ourselves questions such as these. What challenges do girls in our communities face, and how can our club work with communities to find solutions to these challenges? What socioeconomic factors in our communities might prevent girls from attending school? Which local organizations can we partner with to collaborate on projects that empower girls? How can we raise awareness of the need to empower girls within our communities and among our partners? How does our club empower women to take leadership roles? And I'm proud to say that we have a majority of women in leadership roles in our club today, something we weren't able to say in the past of Rotary, so for that we're very proud. I am pleased to report that we've been making steady progress. From 1st July 2021, the start of the current Rotary year, we hit the ground running. We've partnered with a group of Grenadians in the diaspora to provide back-to-school items such as backpacks and exercise books to young girls as well as boys. Through the Good Neighbor Initiative, supported by Grenada, we are providing support through the payment of electricity bills and the rewiring of homes impacted by fire for the most vulnerable among us, so that girls and women can have access to resources to support better living conditions. We are currently involved in supporting the provision of grocery vouchers to assist vulnerable families in meeting their daily nutritional needs. And today, we launch our Spotlight Initiative project, made possible through the support of the UNDP, which will support the implementation of the Gender Equality Policy and Action Plan in Grenada. Through this initiative, we intend to make a difference across our membership and wider society to promote gender equality by advocating for the public and private sectors to support the implementation of the Gender Equality Policy and Action Plan, raising awareness of girls' needs in our communities, our social networks, and our partnerships, and advocating for gender equality and promoting awareness and action to combat the scourge of violence against women and girls. As such, I want to welcome each and everyone today as we launch the Rotary Club of Grenada's partnership with the Spotlight Initiative project. We thank you for attending today, and we know we can look forward to your support going forward as we address this critical issue in our society. Thank you.
Thank you, President-elect One. Equality is a fundamental human right that's necessary for a peaceful, prosperous, and sustainable world. Still, girls and women worldwide face inequalities in areas including health and education, and they experience violence and poverty at higher rates than men. And so today, to provide us with an overview of the Spotlight Initiative is Ms. Anika Davis, Communications Consultant. Please welcome her to the podium.
Good morning. Jacinta Alexis, Ministry of Social Development, Housing and Community Empowerment, representatives from the government, United Nations delegation, partners, officials, and members of the Rotary Club Grenada, media, specially invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning once again. I am very pleased to be here to speak with you this morning, to introduce the Grenada Spotlight Initiative, and of course, to share in this launch with you of such an important activity on a day that is most fitting, International Women's Day. The Spotlight Initiative is a global initiative of the United Nations, which has received generous support from the European Union. Its aim is to eliminate all forms of violence against women and girls. The initiative is active across Asia, Africa, Latin America, the Pacific, and here in the Caribbean. The focus for the Caribbean is on gender-based violence in the family or in relationships akin to family. Therefore, the program in Grenada is addressing intimate partner violence and sexual abuse, especially child sexual abuse. Our goal under the Grenada Spotlight Initiative is to focus attention, coordinated human efforts, and strategically utilize resources to accelerate progress towards reducing family violence and all forms of violence against women and girls in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. When you look at the statistics, the Grenada Women's Health and Life Experiences Study quotes 39% of women having experienced intimate partner violence in their lifetime. And by that we mean psychological, economic, physical, or sexual. 27% of women experience physical violence, and 10% experience sexual violence. 1 in 5 women reported experiencing sexual violence as a child. So, it is crucial to create awareness for institutions and policies that support victims and survivors of gender-based violence. The Spotlight Initiative contributes to the Sustainable Development Goals, in particular, Goal 5, achieve gender equality and empower all girls and women, and Goal 16, peace, justice, and strong institutions. I'd like to draw attention to 2 of the main principles of the 2030 Sustainable Development Goals that the program aligns with. One is mainstreaming gender equality and women's empowerment, and the other is leaving no one behind. To ensure sustainability of the results from the Grenada Spotlight Initiative, it is imperative for women's rights organizations and other relevant civil society organizations and grassroots organizations with existing programs on ending violence against women and girls become engaged. And that is why it is so critical to have organizations who understand the significant contribution of women to family life, communities, and society. We need our civil society organizations, advocacy groups, and women's rights organizations to lead as well as participate in work to end violence against women and girls by implementing activities with supporting partners towards achieving gender equality. So in that light, we are so happy to support this activity with the UNDP and with the Rotary Club of Grenada. We are pleased to broaden the reach of activities under the Grenada Spotlight Initiative and increase awareness for the implementation of the Gender Equality Policy and Action Plan. And we look forward to the great results that will come out of this series of activities. Happy International Women's Day.
Thank you, Anika. According to the United Nations, empowering girls includes 5 components. These are their sense of self-worth, their right to have and determine their choices, their right to have access to opportunities and resources, their right to have power to control their own lives, both within and outside of the home, and their ability to influence the direction of social change to create a more just social and economic order nationally and internationally. And so we are really pleased to have with us a representative from the Ministry of Social Development, Ms. Jacinta Alexis, to bring some brief remarks for us on this International Women's Day.
Good morning. On behalf of the Permanent Secretary, Mrs. Chrissy Worm-Charles, our Minister, the Honorable Delma Thomas, we wish you a very wonderful, happy Happy International Women's Day. Yes. This year, International Women's Day means different things to different people. But the global focus is on equality, and this celebration is clear. The International Women's Day movement, which started in the early 1900s, continues to be a powerful global platform that personifies tenacity and drives action for gender parity while celebrating the social, cultural, economic, and political achievements of women. At the Ministry of Social Development, Housing, and Community Empowerment, for the month of March, we will be celebrating the strides women are making in education, health, business, the environment, politics, and their contributions to building a stronger, safer society. This year, the Ministry IWD flagship theme is Break the Bias, Gender Equality Today for a Sustainable Tomorrow. For we recognize that while we have made strides, we have to work towards closing the gaps, preventing the achievement of a better tomorrow. The Ministry of Social Development, Housing and Community Empowerment is committed to executing the prime directive, the provision of equitable and sustainable improvement in the quality of life of all citizens, especially the most disadvantaged. Through the social protection service delivery of our divisions and units, we strive towards the provision of quality care services and safe spaces for survivors of abuse, as well as training of responders to effectively address survivors' needs. We seek out opportunities for innovative partnerships and avenues to advocate for gender justice that is impactful and meaningful. The intended outcome of these strategic alliances is sustained gender equality for all our citizens throughout Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. We at the Ministry recognize that the Rotary Club of Grenada, stepping forward to be strong advocates against gender-based violence, is demonstrative of your service club's interest to ensure that our citizens' human rights are not unfairly compromised. The Spotlight Initiative project facilitates Grenada the opportunity to scale up education for communities on positive social norms. Notably, these continued partnerships and initiatives are key to transforming the beliefs that perpetuate violence. We recognize the value of the added symbolism of launching this initiative on International Women's Day, March 8, 2022. As we celebrate the achievements of women who have survived gender-based violence, we must all work together to reduce violence and harm to our women and girls and achieve positive outcomes for our country. We ask you all to join us in this commitment to break the bias, gender equality today for a sustainable tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Alexis. And before we really delve into the rest of the program, I think it's often important for us to reflect on the themes that we celebrate each year. This year, Break the Bias. And as a Rotarian, we are sometimes asked, why Rotary? Why does Rotary get the support it receives? And you get all sorts of responses, sometimes because it's a club of old boys, or it's a club of people from the town, or it's a club of people who like each other. And I want to remind each and every one of you that why you're here today is because we are all valuing your collaboration and your partnership with Rotary. Not because Rotary has any special preference, but because Rotary represents people of action, people of service. And we as Rotarians are always reminded of the four-way test. And I just want to remind those of you who may not be as familiar with it, that we live by the principles of, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and friendships? And will it be beneficial to all concerned? And so I think as Rotarians, as Rotary Club, we are well on the footing of breaking the bias as we look forward to a sustainable future for our women and girls. And so I will now invite you to look to the screen as we prepare to launch one or both of our public service announcements as part of our project launch. We are featuring Ms. Cole Baldeo, and again, Rotary collaborates across the gender, across the ages. Somebody once said to me that I'm a young Rotarian. I said, well, I feel like an old Rotarian until we more recently lost one of our oldest Rotarians, Pipi Leo, who probably gave me my first Rotary joke to give at fellowship. I won't give it here today, but I just, I really, I wouldn't give the joke here today, but only to say, if you knew Pipi Leo, you would chuckle even without the joke. And may he rest in peace, because Rotary is a club that unites. Rotary is a club of inclusivity, and so I am really thrilled that Cole Baldeo agreed to do this PSA for us. And I'm really thrilled that Ms. Alexis was able to join us today. As you know, International Women's Day is a very busy day for the ministry. So without much ado, let's go to the PSAs. Okay, I was only joking. It was with much ado. So now for the video.
Hello, I'm Cole Cole Baldeo, and I'm an island pop star. In partnership with the Rotary Club of Grenada, I'm joining to support the Grenada Spotlight Initiative to end violence against women and girls. Violence against women and girls remains one of the most widespread, persistent, devastating human rights violations in the world today. In the Caribbean, gender-based violence, including intimate partner violence, is identified as one of the most prevalent forms of violence, sustained by a culture of silence and denial. According to the Grenada Women's Health and Life Experience Study 2018 report, 1 in every 4 Grenadian women has suffered physical violence at one point in her life, and close to 1 in every 10 has experienced sexual violence in her lifetime. Reports suggest that this situation has only worsened since the COVID pandemic. Ending violence against women can make a transformative difference for society. Follow the links below, join the conversation, and have your voice heard. I'm Cole Baldeo, and I'm an island pop star. I'm here joining the Grenada Spotlight Initiative Gender Equality Conversation in partnership with the Rotary Club of Grenada. I want to be a part of this initiative, having personally experienced and faced the challenges of inequality as a Grenadian woman. We have all witnessed the impact of gender inequality in our society for as long as we can remember, whether you are aware of it or not. I define equality as the situation where every individual has the same rights and equal opportunity to grow and prosper. But discrimination is the social menace creating division. Do you believe in a society where both female and male are treated equally? Gender equality can only be achieved when the rights of both male and female individuals are equally recognized. Follow the links below, join the conversation, and have your voice equally heard.
Thank you. I'm so happy to actually be here this morning because I woke up in agony, and I'm a woman, so welcome to being a woman, right? Waking up in agony, and I'm here, so I probably have about an hour before these painkillers wear off, right? I'm happy and honored to be a part of raising awareness of gender equality today, as we look forward to a sustainable future and having a voice against discrimination and bias against women, especially as I make strides in the music industry. And with the experiences I've had so far, it is always going to be challenging, but actually having a conversation about it is definitely going to move things and shake things up a bit, right? So I'm going to do a few songs, and the first song I'm going to do was recommended by my friend here, and after waking up in the pain I didn't learn it yesterday, but I was like, you know what? This song needs to be recognized after what I went through this morning. So let's do this. Cavell. You're broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round, and you can find the fighter, but I see you, and so we gon' walk it out and move mountains. Yeah, we gon' walk it out and move mountains. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day, I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again.
And I rise like the waves, I rise up. In spite of the ache, I rise up. And I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you. For you, for you, for you, I'll rise up for you. Thank you. So I'm gonna come out in the front here. Whatever you want, whatever you need, whatever you want. 'Cause I'm every woman, it's all in me. Anything you want done, baby, I could do it naturally. Oh, 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 yeah, oh, oh, oh. I'm every woman, it's all in me, yeah. Anything you want done, baby, I could do it naturally. Oh, oh, yeah, oh, oh, oh. I can cast a spell, a secret you can tell. Mix a secret brew inside of you. And anytime you feel danger or fear, then instantly I will appear. 'Cause I'm every woman, it's all in me, yeah. Anything you want done, baby, I could do it naturally. Oh, oh, I could do it naturally. Oh, oh. 'Cause I'm every woman, it's all in me. Anything you want done, baby, I could do it naturally. Oh. Thank you for having me.
So, true story, fun fact. Women are thought to be amazing multitaskers because yesterday, while looking at the video for the first time, I very quickly texted Cole and asked her if she could perform these songs. And she said, which songs? And I then YouTubed her the songs, and she said, no, I had not practiced these songs, Rudo. And then I said, well, sure, you know, this is just a request from somebody with not so much talent who would sing any song on request. But I guess if you do this professionally, it's a little different. And here we are today. I'm not sure how you multitasked this feat amongst other things that you experienced this morning, but I think that is testament of why we really do need to break the bias, because there is genuinely no physical, mental, or emotional burden that a woman does not bear with pride and grace and show up and show out. So thank you, Cole. And now And now for our feature address, our district governor-elect for the District 7030, Leslie Ramdani.
Good morning, and thank you, Chairperson Rodo, for inviting me to represent Rotary and to make this presentation. we want to recognize the Spotlight representative, Anika Davis, President-elect Juan, Assistant Governor Richard Strawn, Assistant Governor Richard Strawn, specially invited guests, my fellow Rotarians, and the media. Today is a very special day in the world as we recognize International Women's Day, and Rotary is very proud to be associated with the Spotlight Initiative as we celebrate International Women's Day. And we as Rotary are proud to focus on events that would emphasize gender equality and ending violence against women and girls. Indeed, this is very significant in Rotary, because I must tell you that our incoming president, soon incoming president, is a woman, and this is a historic first in Rotary, Jennifer Jones. And Jennifer is very passionate about empowering women and girls. And she has indicated that her priority for her incoming year would be focused on empowering women and girls. She has asked our clubs, all Rotary clubs all over the world, to focus on embracing and exemplifying diversity, equity, and inclusion. We recognize in Rotary that we are all diverse in many different ways. We may have different cultures, different sexual orientation, different religions, and the list goes on and on. But in Rotary, we welcome everyone. In Rotary, everyone has equal opportunities to grow themselves, to learn, to develop leadership skills. In Rotary, we are all inclusive. There are no barriers to membership. We recognize that every individual comes with a particular skill, special thoughts, your own ideas, and you can contribute to the development of not only yourself, Rotary in general. And so, we are all inclusive, and there are no barriers to membership in Rotary and to the things we do in the world. President-elect Jennifer has also indicated that in Rotary, we also need to be cognizant of the fact that we need to increase the female membership in Rotary. Our immediate goal is that we should have, Rotary is about 1.4 million people, and we need to get our female membership to up to 30% in the first instance. I want to commend my Rotaractors. I see you here in your female numbers. I haven't seen any male, but that's very good. Thank you for being here. And I also wanted, because Jennifer is so very passionate about women in Rotary, her theme is very simple. It's Imagine Rotary. But if you look at the theme banner, you see the colors green, purple, and white. And those are the colors of the women's movement. I'm sure you ladies know this. Those are the colors of the women's movement. I'm pleased to see, I see Anika have a purple pants. I see Maria, you have a purple dress. I saw President-elect Juan is displaying that tie. Decima, is that purple? So that's very good. And I have the green shirt, and there's a lot of white around. So the colors really display the women's movement, and Rotary is very, very keen to be associated with the movement. Equality is a fundamental human right that is critical in order to have a peaceful, prosperous, and sustainable world. Yet, women and girls worldwide still face significant inequities in areas including health, education, and economics. They experience significant violence and disproportionate poverty situations. International Women's Day is a time to reflect on progress made and to call for greater concerted action for accelerating gender equality. On this International Women's Day, 2022, the world comes together under the theme of gender equality today for a sustainable tomorrow. According to the most recent data from UN Women, we now better understand the vital link between gender, social equity, and climate change. As Rotarians, we recognize that without gender equality today, a sustainable future and equal future remains out of reach. UN Women data indicate that women and girls experience the greatest impact of the climate crisis as it amplifies existing gender inequalities and puts women's lives and livelihoods at risk. Across the world, women depend more on, yet have less access to natural resources and often bear a disproportionate responsibility for securing food, water, and fuel. As our women and girls bear the burden of climate impact, they are also essential to leading and driving change in climate adaptation, mitigation, and solutions here in Grenada and across the Caribbean region, where we know all too well the impact of the climate crisis. The impact of Hurricane Ivan in 2004 and the changing climatic effects on our agricultural systems let us know that climate change is already with us in Grenada. The sargassum washing up on our shores daily and the devastating impact of coastal erosion are some of the myriad issues our women and communities are tackling every day in Grenada. Without the genuine inclusion of half of the world's population in decision-making, it is unlikely that solutions for a sustainable planet and a gender-equal tomorrow can be realized. Rotary encourages clubs and districts to prioritize projects that improve the health, well-being, education, and economic security of women and girls in their communities around the world. Rotary, as I said before, is a global network of 1.4 million persons, and that includes Rotaractors. We are neighbors, friends, leaders, and problem solvers who see a world where people unite and take action to create lasting change across the globe, in our community, and in ourselves. Solving real problems takes real commitment and vision. For more than a century, Rotary's people of action have used their passion, energy, and creativity to take action on sustainable projects. From literacy and peace to water and health, we are always working to better our world, and we stay committed to the end. This project, to draw a spotlight on the issues of gender equality in Grenada, is in line with our goal to take action across communities to empower women and girls. As Rotarians, we are encouraged to develop club-based initiatives that engage members of our community in projects that will protect and empower women and girls by working to increase equity by ensuring their access to resources that will improve their lives. The year 2022 is pivotal for achieving gender equality in the context of climate change and environmental and disaster risk reduction, which are some of the greatest global challenges of the 21st century. Without gender equality today, a sustainable future and an equal future remains beyond our reach. It is against this backdrop that we continue to advocate for the equal involvement of women and girls in addressing our pressing challenges and leading the charge on climate change adaptation and environmental sustainability response towards a sustainable future for all. Rotary clubs are honored to partner with Spotlight Initiative in Grenada as it works to contribute to the achievement of gender equality, peace, social inclusion, and protection of human rights. This work is catalytic for sustainable development and inclusive growth in accordance with Agenda 2030. Through this partnership, the Rotary Clubs of Grenada will commit to contribute to the full implementation of Grenada's gender equality policy and action plan. Gender equality is when people of all genders have equal rights, responsibilities, and opportunities. Gender inequality impacts people of all ages and backgrounds. Undoubtedly, we need gender equality urgently in Grenada and across our entire Caribbean region. Gender equality prevents violence against women and girls. It is essential for economic prosperity. Societies that value women and men as equal are safer and healthier. Gender equality is a human right. All of society benefits from gender equality. Rotary members know that real change requires big efforts that are sustained over many years. The work we are launching today to promote gender equality and empower women and girls is critical. Our clubs and partners are encouraged to think of innovative ways to empower women and girls when designing service project activities and collaborations to secure a sustainable tomorrow. Every step we take to improve education, healthcare, and economic opportunities for women and girls makes an important difference in helping them achieve their full potential. With opportunity, we create hope, and with hope, we address the root causes of conflict around the world, setting the stage for sustainable peace. We, as Rotarians, as we undertake our service projects based on our 7 areas of focus, we believe that the ultimate result will be our contribution to creating world peace and understanding as we serve to change lives. I thank you.
Thank you, District Governor-elect. The story of women's struggle for equality belongs to no single feminist, nor to any one organization, but to the collective efforts of all who care about human rights. These are the words of world-renowned feminist, journalist, and activist Gloria Steinem. And so I thank all of you for joining us today and joining with the Rotary Clubs of Grenada for this very important initiative. I hope that we can look to you to continue to collaborate and partner with us as we undertake this Spotlight Initiative project and many others as we build awareness and advocacy within our clubs and across civil society organizations, moving forward so that we can all break the bias and work towards a sustainable future for all. Thank you. And as we come to the close of this morning's ceremony, I just want to say thanks again for being here with us, and please join us for some light refreshments as we close the morning. Please, everyone. Thank you.
And I'm an island pop star. I'm here joining the Grenada Spotlight Initiative Gender Equality Conversation in partnership with the Rotary Club of Grenada. I want to be a part of this initiative, having personally experienced and faced the challenges of inequality as a Grenadian woman. We have all witnessed the impact of gender inequality in our society for as long as we can remember, whether you are aware of it or not. I define equality as the situation where every individual has the same rights and equal opportunity to grow and prosper. But discrimination is the social menace creating division. Do you believe in a society where both female and male are treated equally? Gender equality can only be achieved when the rights of both male and female individuals are equally recognized. Follow the links below, join the conversation, and have your voice equally heard. Hello, I'm Cole Baldeo, and I'm an island pop star. In partnership with the Rotary Club of Grenada, I'm joining to support the Grenada Spotlight Initiative to end violence against women and girls. Violence against women and girls remains one of the most widespread, persistent, devastating human rights violations in the world today. In the Caribbean, gender-based violence, including intimate partner violence, is identified as one of the most prevalent forms of violence, sustained by a culture of silence and denial. According to the Grenada Women's Health and Life Experience Study 2018 report, 1 in every 4 Grenadian women has suffered physical violence at one point in her life, and close to 1 in every 10 has experienced sexual violence in her lifetime. Reports suggest that this situation has only worsened since the COVID pandemic. Ending violence against women can make a transformative difference for society. Follow the links below, join the conversation, and have your voice heard.